What's the advice you'd give to someone to where when they're offering a pitch to someone, to where it wouldn't be just a normal pitch that you've heard a bunch of times that sounds like something new to them, as opposed to something that's actually new and innovative for like a TV show or a movie or anything like that?
Yeah, I think we've all had this experience where we have an idea. Like, man, this would be a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the first thing you should do, especially today, is do what?
Research
Research it. But what do we normally do? We Google it, right?
Yeah.
I would say about 50% of the ideas I have on a daily basis that I Google, they're already out there.
Yeah.
And so that's why I think reading is fundamental, right? Like research is fundamental to anything you want to do, right? And so that's the first thing I would say, because a lot of times the idea you have has been out there. There's a term that agents have. They call it a MOP or MOP, right? Most often pitched, right? There's a ton of shows. Like everybody will be like, yo, we should do a show like this. It's like Shark Tank with a twist. Or it's like Survivor, but it's a twist. Or it's like Real World, but it's a twist, right?
Yeah.
Or it's like Housewives, but we sisters, you know? So that's the first thing you got to gut check is like not every idea is even pitchable. So ideas are great. I tell everybody, if you get ideas, just start writing them down. And then, you know, once you start writing them down, sometimes you realize, oh, this ain't that good of an idea.
Yeah.
Second thing is who you're pitching to is important. You got to research also who you're pitching to, because a lot of times people will pitch shows to networks, to studios, and to producers that either A, don't have the ability, capability, or interest in doing that kind of show, right? Like you don't go pitch Harry Potter to TLC.
Yeah.
That
Right?
wouldn't make sense.
Or HGTV, right? HGTV don't do those kind of shows, right? But then you also don't go to the cooking channel and pitch a cooking show about that they already have 5 versions of on that channel, right? So you want to understand through your research what the need, what the innovation is, what is the problem you're solving, right? So like every network has a problem. Every YouTube channel has a problem. Now, here's the thing. Once you get past that, the next step is to realize, okay, I think I have a good idea. I think there's a few outlets, places, or people, an audience that would really vibe with this idea. And I don't think it's out there. I'm pretty sure it's not out there. So it's like, okay, or I really feel confident this is super different, right? But then you got to figure out medium, right? Because every story or every concept, you know, would be play out different in different mediums. Is this a podcast? Is this a documentary? Is this a reality show? Is this a movie, right? Is this a short film? Is this an educational video? Is this a YouTube channel, right? Or a social media channel? There's a lot of different ways to distribute your content, short form, long form, right? And so you really want to understand what medium you're developing it for and why.